Welcome to This Old House. Installing a border made of bricks is an easy and low-cost way to dress up a garden bed and separate it from the lawn. You'll want to use clay pavers, sometimes called severe weather bricks, so they stand up to the cold and frost. Check out the list of tools and materials on this webpage to see what else you'll need. To figure out how many bricks to order, use a rope to measure the length of your bed. Line the edge of the bed, making sure the rope follows the curves. Keep the rope snug to the grass line. Mark the rope at the end of the bed, pull the rope taut, then use a measuring tape to find the true length. Divide that length in inches by 4, or the width of the bricks. Tack on 10% for mistakes, then order your bricks. Next, you'll scout any curves. Line the edge of the bed with bricks, fanning them out slightly along the gentle curves. For tight curves, you'll need to cut angled keystone bricks. Find the center of the curve and leave a gap the shape of a pie slice. It should be no wider than the width of a single brick. Place a brick over the gap and use a masonry pencil to mark where it meets the bricks below. Flip the brick over and connect the marks to trace the angled cut lines. Grab a circular saw with a segmented diamond blade and set the blade depth so it will just pass through the brick. Make a plunge cut through the brick. Puncture a water bottle with a nail and keep it on hand to trickle water over the brick during the cut. This trick helps keep dust down. Then reposition your saw further down the cut line and plunge it again to connect the cuts. Okay, it's time to dig the trench. With a tarp alongside the bed, use a trenching shovel to cut into the soil at the grass line. To mark the opposite boundary of the trench, use a brick for reference. Dig a second line parallel to the first, several inches beyond the end of the brick. Dig out the soil between the two lines, tossing it onto the tarp as you go. Dig until the soil changes color. That means you're past the loamy topsoil. This will prevent frost heave from disrupting your bricks come winter. Measure the depth of your trench. It should be at least 6 inches so you have enough room for the layers of paver base, stone dust, and brick. You want the face of the bricks flush with the ground for the wheels of a push lawnmower. Use a garden hoe to scrape out any loose soil and shovel it out onto the tarp. When you're finished, you can add the freshly dug soil to your existing garden bed to build it up. Now pour a layer of paver base into the trench, spreading it evenly to the thickness of 2 to 3 inches. Use a hand tamper to pack it down. For the next layer, use a wheelbarrow to mix 6 shovelfuls of stone dust with a single shovelful of Portland cement. The Portland cement helps stiffen the mixture and hold the bricks in place. Mix the mixture slightly with water and stir it well with a garden hoe. Shovel the stone dust mixture into the trench and use a trowel to spread it out in a layer that's about 1 inch deep. Now, working against the edge of the bed, set the bricks in place one by one. Once you're satisfied with the position of a brick, use a rubber mallet to tap it in place until it's flush with the earth on either side. You may need to pull them out and add or remove some of the stone dust mixture so they'll sit evenly. Use a 2-foot level to make sure the bricks sit flush with each other and even with the lawn. To work around gentle curves, fan out the bricks slightly to create an even, tapered gap between them. For the tight curves, set the keystone bricks you cut earlier at the sharpest point in the turn. With the edging in place, work down the line of the bricks and press down any visible paver base in the trench with the head of the rubber mallet so you can cover it with soil. Double check to make sure all the bricks are firmly against the grass line, creating a neat and uniform look. With the bricks in place, it's time to fill the joints with polymeric sand. Pour the sand over the bricks, filling the gaps between them. Use a 4-inch paintbrush to work any loose sand into the gaps, then use a rubber mallet to tap the bricks. When the edging is thoroughly swept, gently spray it with water, which will activate the polymeric sand and lock the bricks in place for years to come. That's it. Now just pick up some plants that are worthy of your newly bordered garden bed.